Welcome back to the Crypto Report, everybody. I'm Crypto Kip, and today we're going to give you more proof that Bitcoin is here to stay and that the current world order, if you will, is feeling the pressure of Bitcoin adoption, lingering up behind them and tapping them on the shoulder and say, hey, crypto is here to stay and Bitcoin is going to take some of the market share here from global wealth. So let's check it out, guys, and let's talk a little bit about why it's going down today. Bitcoin, some of this recent inflation data, the PCE data, which is the Fed's preferred measure of inflation. Are we going to continue down and what's the strategy, guys? Let's talk a little bit about it. If you like the content, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel. We're doing 5 videos every single day for you. And when we hit 10,000 subscribers on this channel, we're giving away $1,000 worth of Bitcoin to one lucky subscriber, folks. So do not miss out on that. Markets are a little bit down today, 1.05 trillion. That's okay, guys. We're still hundreds of billions of dollars higher in the crypto markets than we were a month ago. So things are fantastic. Bitcoin is teetering between 22,300, $22,000 and $23,000 right now. Just kind of trying to hang on. And there's a chance, guys, we could trade lower. We'll take a look here at the chart in a bit. But if you do look at the last 7 days, almost all cryptos are red except for just a couple top performers. You get after, the top 10, performers here, then everything's just about red. And today, almost nothing's up over 5%, which, OKX exchange token, wow, still moving up. Very incredible. And there's probably a reason for that, right? I think exchange tokens are great. We talk a lot about that on the channel, but let's talk a little bit about why the markets are so red right now. Well, the IMF came out today, the International Monetary Fund, and they flagged debt restructuring hurdles and said that banning crypto should be an option. If you look at some of this information here, guys, so basically, a group of 20 nations have some disagreements over restructuring the debt, but it was brought up that maybe banning private cryptocurrencies should be an option, right? So they're trying to figure out, what should we do to kind of, figure out some of these horrible debt situations. And so they start talking a little bit about this. And so here's a quote on debt restructuring. While there are still some disagreements, now we have a global sovereign debt roundtable with consideration of all public and private creditors. Guys, they are getting together, and these folks, these are very important people talking about the world debt. They're talking about how to solve this. And one of the options, guys, is they need to plug the hole in the boat that is money flowing in to Bitcoin and crypto. I think this is a big fear for them. And you look into some things that other folks are saying out there, and, some people are anticipating that in 2024, this halving will be its most important, and I do tend to agree. This fella is named Charles Edwards, and he is the co-founder. He's the founder of the Quantitative Bitcoin and Digital Asset Fund, Capriel Investments. But he's got some really great points here in this article that I wanted to share with you guys because these are great questions. First question is, did the FTX episode strengthen or weaken Bitcoin or specific altcoins? And he does acknowledge that it did scare some institutional investors. That being said, once regulation comes into play, they'll look past it and then they'll get back into crypto in a big way. But here's a really great point. In the wake of the FTX collapse, incredibly rare value is opened up for long-term investments in Bitcoin in particular, because it is a great opportunity for people to basically buy the dip. Me and you, retail traders to buy the dip. Also, he addressed the fears of crypto staking and regulation threatening Bitcoin and crypto. And he makes a great point here, saying that he's not really worried about this, and he thinks that this fear is overweighted. And then he goes on to say, he uses the China ban of Bitcoin, which is a perfect example. In 2021, an example, when they banned Bitcoin mining, first of all, they actually were mining still in Kazakhstan, which is very hilarious. But then you also look, and it didn't stop Bitcoin at all. We still had another bull cycle. It was a huge one. And Bitcoin has been banned by China so many times. And now they're actually looking to potentially lighten those bans. So that's very interesting too. But he makes a point that a staking ban would be harder to implement and much less severe and much less impactful than the China ban, which didn't even work. So that's another great point. And for all the exchanges out there and, fear of how am I going to buy Bitcoin if they close down all the exchanges? Well, first of all, they're not going to do that. I do not believe that that's going to happen ever. You can't really stop Bitcoin. That's kind of been proven at this point. But what's the possibility of this happening? Do you expect these exchanges to just basically shut down or crack under pressure? Though they're under the microscope, many small exchanges won't be able to meet some of the requirements that regulation comes out with, which I certainly agree with. But it will consolidate the industry, and expect large players to comply and survive. And so, guys, these are some of the things. What are some of the biggest dangers is basically, inflation. And really, once we get, however, we've been predicting that at some time rates will stop in 2023, and that should be humming. Guys, this is some of the fear. The PCE data came out. And so this is really a big thing I want to talk about. This is one of the preferred tools, metrics that the Fed looks at when they're trying to figure out how to curb inflation and fix inflation. And even though this data is bad and it actually feared some bulls and the market came lower on account of some of this, guys, this does not change the narrative that the inflation battle should end in 2023. So whether that's postponed by a couple months or not, once this goes away, guys, these risk-on assets are going to absolutely soar, and it's going to be very, very exciting, specifically crypto, because of the 4-year cycle that we know and love. And guys, when you look out into the future, that's really what you got to keep an eye on. When you're talking about 2030, a lot of people don't talk that far out in advance, but look at some of the top ranges that you might be able to hit in the year 2030. The next halving after this upcoming one would, probably be around 2027 sometime. And then, from there, you're looking at what are the next peak prices, and you could be up to $600,000 to $1 million Bitcoin potentially. So these are things that people are looking at, guys. And in the meantime, as people are flooding Bitcoin, and yes, guys, yes, look at the 4-hourly candles here. Bitcoin could continue downward to $21,000 and kind of just retest some of these lower levels. We kind of broke through here. We're kind of breaking down right now. While all that might be happening, it's a fantastic buying opportunity, because when you zoom out, guys, and Black Sea, my partner on the channel, did a great video talking about, looking at when you zoom out, guys, we are still so cheap, and we are looking bullish on the weekly candles. There is a very clear uptrend to Bitcoin, and it happens over time, guys. It is here to stay. That is why, these world leaders, they are trying to plug the hole in the boat and ban Bitcoin and ban Bitcoin mining, but it's not going to work, guys. We're here to stay. We're excited. We're bringing 5 videos every single day to the audience, and we're doing giveaways here on the channel. When we hit 25,000 subscribers, we're giving away this loaded lion right here, and the metaverse is coming out where you can play around with your loaded lion, which is very, very cool for crypto.com land in Q2. So be on the lookout for that. And if you're a member on the channel, you get an additional 10 entries for every month you're a member towards this giveaway, and more to come on the channel. All you got to do is go to our YouTube page right here, join, or in the link in the description down below. And what you get, guys, is these loyalty badges during our live streams and during your comments in the chat. Please leave some comments in the chat, folks, and custom emojis during our live streams as well, to blast in the chat and have a lot of fun with the community. Folks, that's all I got. I'm Crypto Kip. This is the Crypto Report. Don't forget to smash up the like button, subscribe to the channel, and as always, you got to remember, folks, to DCA, HODL. We'll see you in the next one. Thanks, everybody. Have a great night. Got 2 videos for you here if you want to check them out. Peace.